I had an interesting thought about my behavior analysis today. Am I snappy? Am I impatient? Do I really come across as a bad tempered person? There are few things which I self analyze, and what my analysis has taught me about myself. Yes, I have this serious obsession with doing the things tangle free. Earlier, I used to say doing the things meticulously, perfectly, but that's bullshit. It's just like I know now at this age that if one process slips, one process, you're not happy, you're not putting your heart into it, your joy is not there, or the ethics are not there, or something is not done up to mark and it's not matching the benchmark set, you're going to pay for it. If not today, not tomorrow, not in years, but you certainly will lose on an opportunity where you have this window to taste what a great creation can do to you. So, I don't know. I have a feeling that whatever you do, if it is complete action, if it is scientifically correct, if it is artistically you are there, if you have mapped its pros and cons, and you also have given it a kind of full life into it, you have exactly mapped that things depend, the dependency of the things around that particular task or what you're doing, suddenly you become very, very different person. You may not like to play around with things, you may not like to play around with people, you mean business. And the business is not always money, business is not always uh, the hours, the efforts, whatever you say. Business sometimes is also about how good you feel about it, how good you feel about yourself if you have done what is required. And I think half the problems of the world will be solved if people learn to do the things what are required, do the things how they are required, and do the things when they are required. I mean, we play around. I have calculated whether it's family life or whether it's a friend circle or whether it's colleagues or whether it's your mm, friends in the college, friends in the school, different sets of friends, I'm sure to say. So, in the modern times, if you look at things and if you start watching them from a distance, you will get to understand. And I think that if I snap at the people and if I put my best foot forward or if I lose my temper sometimes, it's because I might have analyzed the futility of certain things. I might have capped my observations. I might have seen, okay, if I do this, happens, that happens. And if I'm not wrong, even in creative psychology or in physio, what is that? Metaphysics. Everything, every element, every particle moves with the force you put in that. It's your energy, it's your vibe, it's your goodness. And I strongly believe that body is a machinery. Your senses are somewhat real, you live with them. So, yeah, there's some connection. But inside that, if I start looking around, if I start searching around, I strongly believe there is something beyond the body, the mind, your capabilities, your desires, your emotions, and that's very sorted. I mean, I used to really kind of freak out when I used to hear that the things are very sorted in the um, from the nature's point of view. You do good comes back to you, blah blah. What I understand is that if the Bhagavad Gita says that it's your actions, you are your actions, you are your actions in your mind, in your body, in your soul, in your innocence, in your shreddedness, whatever you are, whoever you are. But you will always won't be able to bargain with the supernatural forces. They will put you in your place. And they have a very beautiful way of getting back to you, positive, negative, whatever. So, end of the day, everything is so well measured, everything is so uh, righteously divided in the scope and in the uh, scheme of things that you don't have time to say, okay, what's this happening? It's very predefined and you can't fool around, which is very beautiful thing. So as I am now transiting in the sense, I know that once you touch your mid 40s, you have learned a lot of lessons. You will still learn a lot of lessons. But at the same time, you would have to grow up. You would have to grow up, you would have to be very choosy and selective what you want. And perhaps that's what's happening. So sometimes I have no idea. Then I get an idea that usually, it's like it's like you're understanding at a particular milestone of your life, so it's fine. But what I gathered is that I have stopped loving beating around the bush. I have become more factual, I have become more. I mean, I daydream, I put my rosy glasses on and I look the world from that angle. But that's my creation. It doesn't change the real world. You still have to deal with the practical realities of life. You are answering to the systems that depend upon you, the the everyday life, and Krishna says so. You have to indulge, you have to honor them. So fine. So at the same time, when you are dispersing your duties, you're doing, you have to learn the art to disassociate. You have to learn the art to travel in some areas where things are a little different. They don't depend upon mundane realities, people, the sort of ego you feel, what you're doing about money, name, fame. I'm fine. It should be there. It should be there. And if you are working at it, if you're blessed, if Lord Krishna is with you by your side, one thing is sure that you will never be shocked. And at the same time, you will start detaching yourself and looking at the things in a very different manner. Nothing will move you. So maybe you might stand a possibility to become cold blooded. That's fine. So I think age is a milestone. Learnings carry on, they evolve. Innocent world goes on, and it's better it goes on the way it goes on. All you can do is watch it, be the part of it, but stay awake. Yeah? Much love. Good night.